Let's be real, trying to invest in South African property can feel like you're trying to solve a giant, complicated maze. So today, we're going to take a look at Property Venture Studio, a platform that says it's basically the ultimate guide. Let's see if it really is.
Ever feel like this? You are so ready to go. You can see the potential in property, but that very first step, it just feels like a massive leap into the dark, right?
And look, you're not wrong to feel that way. It's a complex market with its own set of rules and, yeah, its own risks. It's so easy to get buried under a mountain of information, and that's exactly where a platform like this is supposed to step in, to kind of cut through the noise and give you a clear path forward.
So, where do they start? Well, maybe not where you'd think. It's not about jumping into deals or chasing money. It's all about building a solid foundation of knowledge first.
The whole philosophy here is pretty simple, actually. Confidence comes from knowing what you're doing. That's why their entire system is built on one core idea: educate first. They want you to learn before you even think about earning.
Think of it like a ladder. You can start on the ground floor, for free, just to get your feet wet with the basics. Then, whenever you feel ready, you can climb up to their more premium, advanced programs, or even this wild 36-month incubator with one-on-one mentorship. The whole thing is designed to grow with you, no matter where you're starting from.
And here's what it actually looks like. This is the main dashboard. You know that feeling of, okay, I did that, now what? They're really trying to get rid of that anxiety. It's all laid out for you, so you can just pick your starting point and hit the ground running. Okay, so let's peek inside one of the courses. This one's the First-Time Homebuyer Masterclass. And you can see right away, this isn't just about watching a bunch of videos and zoning out. Each part is built to be an interactive experience that actually helps you build your skills.
So what are you actually getting in these courses? Well, it's the whole package. You've got your video lessons to explain the concepts, then downloadable resources, which is great because you can keep them, then quizzes to make sure it's all sinking in, and finally, a certificate to prove you know your stuff.
All right, knowledge is power, right? But it doesn't mean much until you actually do something with it. So this next part is all about the tools they give you to start making smart, data-backed decisions. This is where the rubber really meets the road. It's about closing that gap between I think I know what to do and I'm actually doing it. Property Venture Studio gives you a whole toolkit to analyze deals, track down funding, and get all the essential services you need. Now this is a huge part of that toolkit, professional-grade calculators. So instead of just guessing, you can crunch the numbers on your potential return on investment or even find a property's net present value, which is just a fancy way of figuring out what a property's future profits are worth to you today. This is how you stop guessing and start analyzing deals like a pro.
Check this out. 50. Just 50. That's how many different banks and funding institutions you can check out right from the platform.
Let's be honest, finding the money is often the biggest hurdle. So the platform connects you to a whole range of options, from the big traditional banks to private equity firms and even rent-to-own specialists, all of them focused on the South African market. They've basically done all the legwork for you.
And it's not just about funding. Think of this platform as your mission control. They've plugged in some of the biggest names in the industry. You can pull a free credit check from Experian, get a bond pre-approval with Uber, search listings, and get deep dive property reports from Lightstone. It's all hooked together.
But what happens when you get stuck? 'Cause you will. Investing can be a pretty lonely game sometimes. That's why a huge piece of this is the support system, both human and AI, so you never feel like you're going it alone. How's this for support? 24/7. Yep, that's the promise. You can get your questions answered around the clock.
So you've basically got two paths for help. Got a quick question at 2 in the morning? There's an AI assistant for that. But if you're facing a really tricky problem and need to dig deep, you can book a one-on-one session with a real, live industry expert for that personalized advice.
And you know, support isn't just about getting answers from experts. It's about connecting with people who are right there in the trenches with you. In the community forum, you can chat with other investors, ask questions, share your wins, and yeah, even learn from their mistakes.
And what if you need, really specific help? The platform also acts as a hub to connect you with vetted pros like architects, surveyors, and property managers. It's kind of like your own personal little black book for building your professional A-team. Okay, so let's pull all these pieces together. We've got the education, we've got the tools, and we've got the support community. What does it all really mean for you, the person trying to get started? It means you don't have to Frankenstein your strategy together from 10 different websites and a bunch of random YouTube videos anymore.
The idea is that everything you need is in one place, on one seamless path designed to take you from a total beginner to a confident investor faster.
You know, they call themselves a complete ecosystem. And that word is important. It's not just a random collection of stuff. It means everything is designed to work together. The learning, the tools, the community, all of it is there to help you grow no matter what stage you're at.
Remember that first step we talked about at the beginning? The one that feels like a huge, scary leap? Well, by putting a clear path, powerful tools, and a real community in front of you, a platform like this is trying to make that first step easier than ever. So the question isn't, where do I even begin anymore? It's simply, are you ready to start?